In this video, I want to show you how a sourcing agent can use Navanty software to make their job easier by leveraging other people's work. First, I'll go over the structure of the software and how to create a project. Then I'll go over how to share access with your client so they can upload their requirements. And finally, I'll show you how to generate an RFQ link so suppliers can enter their own quotes so you don't have to. So starting with the structure, how it works is somebody has to create a project. That somebody can either be you, the sourcing agent, or your client. Whoever creates a project can then share read-write access with the other person. A project is basically the title of the overall job you're doing for the client. The item that's actually being sourced is called a component. One project might include sourcing multiple different components for the client, and then each of those components could have multiple different quotes from multiple different suppliers. Navanty software helps you manage all of this, leveraging other people's work whenever possible and greatly reducing the need for tons of back and forth emails, which will save you a lot of time and a lot of stress. To get started, go to navanty.com and click on Quoting Software at the top of the page. Then click Create Account. Once you've created an account and logged in, you can start creating projects right here on the dashboard under My Projects. If your client had created the project and shared it with you, that project would show up here. If you're creating the project and want to organize all of your projects by client, then you can add a new client here. In this exercise, we'll call your client Acme Incorporated. Now, if you go to the dashboard, you can see your client right here. To create a project, simply give this field a name. Let's pretend Acme wants to source a toaster. Once you've added the project, you can click through and add more context, but you can skip that for now if you want. Or you can ask your client to do that once you share access with them. Now that we have the project created, we can create a component by clicking on the green plus symbol. A component is anything you want to get competing quotes for. Since this project is for a toaster, then you obviously have to source a toaster. Then enter up to 3 quantities you want the suppliers to quote. Another component might be some sort of injection molding for the toaster's case, or a custom printed packaging, or even logistics if that's a service you offer. Then, just like the project, you can click through and add more context for each component. But again, for this exercise, we're going to share access with the client so they can upload their own specifications. To do that, go into the project and over to the Shared tab. In order to share with a client, they do need a Navanty account. If they do, simply enter their email address into this field. Then when they log in, they'll see the project in their dashboard and can start uploading their specifications right away. Once the client has uploaded their specifications for each component, you can go through and make sure that it has everything that a supplier might need to provide a quote, making any changes that you think is necessary. Now you can start reaching out to suppliers to get quotes. If you want to enter them manually, you can do that in each component in the Quotes tab. Or a quicker way is right here in the dashboard if you click on the green plus symbol. Either way, you do have to assign a supplier to each quote. If you've already entered the supplier, then find them in the drop-down. If not, click on Add New Supplier and enter them here. This will add their quote and enter them into the system at the same time. Now that's if you want to enter the suppliers and their quotes manually. To save a lot of time, you can instead go to the Get Quotes tab and generate a password-protected RFQ link that lets suppliers enter themselves and their quotes into the software. You can create as many links as you want, but you can send any one link to as many suppliers as you want. I suggest that you send a link to as many relevant suppliers as you can find on, say, Alibaba or wherever you find suppliers. That one action could result in dozens of quotes entered into the software with very little effort on your part. You can't do that with spreadsheets. Depending on what services you offer your clients, you can start vetting quotes and doing what you do best. When you're all finished with the job, and really at any time, you can go back into the Share tab in the project and give the project to the client permanently. This will free up space on your account by removing the project from your roles, though you can still work on the project all the same, as it will automatically share it back with you. That's basically how you use Navanty software to leverage other people's work to make your job easier. Even if you don't want to use some of these features, software is still a much more efficient and professional way than spreadsheets to manage a business. This is just a start for what I have planned for the software that I hope will be a real game changer for you and your business. Anyway, thanks for watching and happy sourcing.